Welcome, everybody out there in the internet, to episode 62 of Sis and Big Pops Culture.
Woo-hoo.
Woohoo! As always, I am Big Pops Todd Turner, also known as Mosaic Fan Art, and relatively few call me KY Medicine Man. Don't judge me. I made that moniker when I was in college.
Many moons ago.
And as always, my lovely co-host is...
Hi, sweet friends. My name is Hannah Jo, aka Sis, and together we're an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly. Yeah.
Family friendly and Christmas ready.
Christmas ready today. We're chatting Christmas things. I'm glad I love Christmas things. Do you? I have all of the gifts
loaded.
Purchased. Everything has been, all of the gifts on my roster, Trevin and I split them down the middle. All of the gifts on my roster have been purchased. The last one finally was shipped today, so it should come in time.
I don't know when mine shipped. A lot of mine are. I'm pretty much done. I got a cool one for your mom. She won't watch this or listen to it. So nobody tell her. But if she's watching it, it'd be hilarious. Like the first time she's ever listened to the podcast. I got her a clothing subscription.
Like Stitch Fix?
Like you try clothes.
What is it? Is it Stitch Fix? Is it Nordstrom?
I don't remember what it's called.
Like Nordstrom Rack has one.
New something.
Oh, Nuuly.
Yeah. She'll love that.
Nuuly.
Anyway.
She will, yeah, because you get a certain amount of clothes sent to you.
Yeah.
And then you get to pick what you want.
Wear
and
them.
Sent to you.
And you can wear them and then send them back.
You wear them for a month and you send them back, and you get 6 items every month.
Isn't that cool?
LOL, Nuuly sponsor us. Can I tell you what I want?
That would be awesome.
Nuuly sponsor
Nobody
us.
sponsors us.
Nobody sponsors us.
Yeah, still have to fight off the HBO execs.
Yeah, the 6 HBO executives that watch this.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I got, Mom?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am framing the very first cross stitch that I made.
Oh, you said you were going to do that.
And
That's pretty cool.
Her Christmas present.
It's funny to everyone that we're doing a live broadcast over Facebook Live and
and now two people.
And
Mom,
Kathy
don't
will
watch
have no
this.
clue. Yeah, she won't watch it.
Okay.
Anyway, Hannah, give everybody the lowdown.
I'm so glad that we should. So what we're going to do today, sweet friends, first we're going to start out with some nerd news. We're going to share what we've been binging. Pops is going to have a pull list for us that he's going to share. Don't worry if you don't know what that is. He'll explain it, or I will when we get there. And then we're going to talk about all of the Christmas movies that we've been watching as well.
That's right.
Are we doing that?
Maybe give you some stay away from.
Yeah.
Maybe dabble into.
Yeah.
And must watches.
We love a must watch.
Yeah. So, first thing first.
Yes.
The news. Nerd news.
From the nerd news desk.
From the nerd news desk. Take it away, Hannah Turner.
Okay.
Soon to be Howerton.
LOL. Isn't that wild?
Funny.
60 days.
That is crazy.
60 days today.
All right. Wow. Go.
Okay. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yes. Did you?
I did. I don't know.
Are they bad guys now? Question mark.
I don't know. I don't think so. They can't be bad guys. I mean, there was a big deal because there's Spider-Man 2099 in it, which you probably don't have any idea.
I don't. I'm nodding my head like I understand.
Yeah.
But I don't. I don't know the answer to that question.
Right. So I don't know. Miles is older.
He is
much taller.
And his fro is bigger.
Yes.
That was another way that they showed his age. He's taller and his hair has changed. And Gwen's hair has changed too because her hair was short. Now it's longer.
Yeah. So I will definitely watch it. I thought the first one was fantastic. There's no way I'll miss the second one.
June 2nd, 23.
All right. Coming on.
It might actually be June 22nd.
No, I think it's June 2nd.
I think it's June 2nd, 23.
By the way, did you know that T Swift is directing a movie?
What movie? Is she even allowed to? I mean, she can do what she wants. Why am I saying allowed?
So apparently she's directed stuff in the past.
She directed All Too Well, and All Too Well, a 10-minute film, and it got nominated for a Grammy.
Okay, so there you go. A Grammy or a Emmy or an Oscar?
A Grammy.
Grammy's music.
Oscars haven't been released yet.
What could have been last year? So
it was this year.
She is writing and directing it. It's with Searchlight Pictures, but there's no info about what the movie is about at all. I just saw that she was doing it. Will I watch it? No.
I will. Are you kidding? Here's the thing.
You're a T Swift head.
I'm a T Swift stan. Like OG.
T Twist to stan?
T Swift stan. Like OG. Like
I don't. Your
original have all of the CDs. Like I love me some Taylor Swift since childhood. I am very disappointed as a fan in the shenanigans that ensued for the concert tickets that happened this year.
Everybody got upset about stuff.
Yeah.
Like she busted Ticketmaster or whatever.
Yeah. You had to be a verified fan to get early access to the tickets, but you weren't guaranteed early access. You were guaranteed a space in a queue. And depending on when you got in the queue was when you were able to get in line for tickets, and you weren't allowed to like refresh the page or stuff like that. There are people who waited in an electronic queue line for over 7 hours. The day
sounds like us trying to get free Crocs during the COVID thing.
LOL. But now some of the tickets, like I was looking at now that they've been released, all the tickets are sold.
$8 million.
I think the most expensive that they're going for in Nashville is $10,000. A ticket.
No thanks.
One singular ticket, $10,000.
Yeah. Well,
that's not
live concerts. They're not made for people who can really. They're not made for the fans. They're made for the rich people. That. Yeah.
I'm honestly, I'm extremely disappointed in it.
So I didn't mean to
That's all. I'll watch that. I'll watch it.
I won't. So maybe you can give us the lowdown.
I will.
And you can say it's fantastic. And guess what? I still won't watch it. Nothing personal. What else you got?
Couple things coming out this weekend.
Ugh.
Avatar 2.
I have no desire.
I want to see it in.
It looks like 100% computer generated. I mean,
yeah, bring it on.
Just watch a cartoon.
Here's the thing. Trevin promised he would take me to go see it in IMAX.
Well, he made a mistake.
He did.
So
he did make a mistake.
I know.
Ahoy, Trevin. But yeah, he made a mistake.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to go see it this weekend because this weekend we have the wedding. The wedding we're going to.
And next weekend is Christmas. Next weekend is New Year's. Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're just going to have to go see it on Thursday of next week.
Well, so what else is coming out?
In Lexington or something. But another thing coming out this weekend, I don't know if you saw this, Black Adam is going to be on HBO on the 16th.
Yeah, on HBO Max. I'll be watching that because I haven't seen it.
I was going to say, that might be a fun thing for us to do this weekend.
Yeah, Mom would fall asleep.
Well, I mean, we're not going to get in until really, really late on Friday anyways.
Mom's going shopping Friday.
Okay, good for her.
Yeah. Did you see they finished production of Dune 2?
No.
Yeah, finished production and they released a picture today. I don't know. I tried to find out when the release date is planned for that, but I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Sometime from now.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. And I do want to see that in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I should have seen the first one in the theater, but
you didn't see the first one in the theater?
No, I saw it on the TV.
We get in there and we sit down, and in really small letters, it's like part 1.
Yes. Oh,
and
yeah.
Everyone in the theater at the very end were like, "Are you kidding me?"
The movie, it's hugely long. Then they don't know Dune. If they didn't think it was going to be 2 to 3 movies,
it's so long. I thought it was just 2. Is it more than 2?
It's just 2, right? No, as far as I know, it's just 2.
Man. Okay, is it going to be like 3.5 hours long?
I have no idea. I hope so.
I'll sit there. It was beautiful.
I loved it. I know.
It was a good movie.
Hilarious. There's still plans for a Real Steel series.
I would watch it.
100%.
On what streaming service?
Well, they
Who's
haven't said
be
anything
in this.
I don't know, but it's the guy who I believe is directing the next Deadpool is the one who's in charge of this show, The Real Steel. I loved that. I hate it. It's a guilty pleasure. Did you get it?
I bought that for you for Father's
Yeah,
Day.
I love it.
You loved that movie. We saw that in theaters.
It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots is what it is.
And it's like a sweet, like father redemption story of like learning to love his son. He was a jerk as a
dad. Yeah, he was a jerk.
He was a bad guy, but he learned to not be.
He did learn good. It's Hugh Jackman. What do you expect?
What? Mean Girls is going the musical.
A musical. Yeah.
Well, did you not know that Mean Girls is a musical? It was on Broadway.
I know.
Okay. No. Mean Girls was on was a musical.
Somebody
on
made me watch the Christmas scene.
Oh.
When they're singing, they made me watch that like this month at my work. When they knock over the
slap their like legs.
Yeah.
Hysterical. And Amy Poehler doing the dance.
Yeah. So
hysterical.
Yes,
it's hysterical. Yeah. So one of the song, there are two songs that I really like from the musical Apex Predator. There are 3 songs that I really like.
Go ahead.
One is the leg slap. Trevin knows. One of the songs that I really like is Meet the Plastics. And it's my name is Regina George, and I am a massive deal. It's hysterical. It's so funny.
It was a musical before it was a...
No, it was a musical.
The movie is considered a musical.
The movie happened in 2004.
Right.
And then it was adapted into a musical, and the musical was on Broadway 2018 to 2020.
Well, they're bringing it back.
Well,
but it's a different one.
Spring 2020, they released that they were going to make the musical into a movie, and then COVID hit and Broadway shut down. And then...
sort of like what they did with Rent and Jersey Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So are they making a movie, or is it going back to Broadway?
It's not coming back to Broadway. But
they're
it's going to be a movie.
Broadway.
They're making the Broadway musical into a movie. This is the 3rd time that Tina Fey has rewritten this script.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Wrote
Good
the script,
for Tina Fey.
And then she wrote it to be a musical, and then she's adapting the musical to be a movie.
This is crazy. I can't even follow that bouncing ball.
Well, they're giving it's the Mean Girls.
Is Lindsay Lohan back in it?
No, but we're
going to talk about her
getting
today.
Some of the original Broadway actors and actresses.
I wish the podcast listeners could see my eyeballs.
Daddy, stop making that face.
Sorry.
Did you hear what I said? That they're getting some of the original. Daddy.
My eyes are starting to get dry.
Daddy, listen to the words I say.
Sorry. I'm listening. Go. I have something important to say.
I think you'll like it. They are getting some of the original actors and actresses from the original Broadway production to come back for the musical, for the movie.
Pretty much like they did with Rent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way,
I'm excited about it. Some of the songs are really funny.
Well, cool.
I mean, it's Mean Girls, so it's PG-13.
I don't know. I've never watched it.
You haven't watched Mean Girls?
No. It seems weird that a 55-year-old guy would watch Mean Girls.
Dude, that movie is hysterical.
Okay. Whatever. You're hilarious. Let me bring it down a notch. Okay. First photo from Joaquin Phoenix's Joker 2.
How are you feeling about that? There are some people that are like stoked about it, and other people are not so much.
He's creepy. Listen, the picture is him being shaved by an orderly at Arkham Asylum, and his body looks terrible. I mean, it looks like he has sores, and he looks like he weighs 6 pounds. I mean, it is, I don't know. You never saw the movie.
Well, and I'm never going to.
Good.
I'm not going to watch the second one either.
Okay.
Like, I know that there are people that are like really all about it, and I'm glad for you to enjoy it. The mental health aspect.
It was creepy.
It just breaks my heart.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. So anyway,
well,
do you want me to just keep bringing it down? I got more to bring you down.
I have one more thing that's like uplifting.
Is it happy or?
Yeah.
Is it happy? Well, let me bring you down one more time.
Okay, bring me down again, dear Papa.
Okay, so Sam Raimi is going to be at the comic convention, right?
Yes, and they're doing.
He has a new sci-fi
action film, and the guy Adam Driver.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was snapping. I saw the Adam Driver
He's
because
an
Trevin really
opiate
likes Sam
addict.
Raimi's. Oh no. Oh no.
So the trailer,
Whoa.
the teaser came out today. The trailer drops tomorrow. And so it looks like it's an alien type thing, but he is teamed up with like a 9-year-old girl that isn't his.
No.
And they speak 2 different languages. So he has to, I think it's going to, I want to see how they handle this movie. So, anyway, Sam Raimi. And that comes out 2 weeks before he's in Lexington.
Oh, your Comic-Con, Dad, is in the Google Cal.
Awesome. Good deal.
It's in
All right, I have one more piece of news, but you go ahead and tell me yours.
Okay. That 90s show is coming out to Netflix on January 19th. And I watched the trailer and it looks fun.
That's so terrible.
I really love that movie. 70s
it's a
show.
Guilty pleasure is what that is.
That 70s
show.
I loved that 70s show in college.
Oh, I can see that in college.
Absolutely loved it. Binged all of it. The only time that I'd ever stayed up all night long was me binging.
That's so bad. And that's what it was for? That? No.
Well,
let's just do a button-umathon with the Lord of the Rings extended edition.
I'm there.
Okay. That'd be 3 days in the making.
Dad, as long as there's breakfast and second breakfast.
And luncheon.
Elevensies.
Luncheon.
And luncheon. Afternoon tea. Dinner and supper.
Quit. So Netflix has picked up a live action My Hero Academia.
I don't know. Is that going to fall the way that Cowboy Bebop did?
I don't know. Cowboy Bebop is different than My Hero Academia. Cowboy Bebop is very mature. Very.
My Hero Academia, that's the one where everybody dresses up as people like them.
They're in school. Yes.
Are they the people?
Deku, All Might.
Around like when we were at the Comic-Con.
There were
the girl with the weird thing in her mouth?
No, that's Demon Slayer. That's different. Yeah.
I don't know. She's just got that weird thing. The green thing.
That's because if not, she would bite you and because she's partly bad. But her brother's trying to save her. No, it's My Hero Academia is like a school.
Yeah, we watched that. There's a is that All Might?
Yep. I guarantee you my friend Hector's super excited.
Why are you making fun of me? I knew a thing.
I know you did. That's so funny. That's all the news I had.
Do you want to know why I knew that thing?
Why'd you know that thing?
When I lived with you all and you and Nathan were watching that during COVID.
Really?
There was one day in particular where you all just watched anime after anime on the big TV.
Oh,
I don't know where Mom was.
No kidding. That's crazy. I can't believe that.
But I remember that.
So anyway, my anime now is Spy Family. Or Spy X Family.
Well, there's this I keep getting these new ads on Netflix.
Well, here, let's just go into.
Okay.
What are you watching?
Okay, well, Dad.
What?
Finished Harry Potter.
Nathan watched them all.
I'm surprised by that. What did he think?
He had never seen them. I don't know.
I had never watched them until I was in college. Yeah. I watched all of them on Putlocker.
That's because of the devil, and you're not allowed to watch them because of the devil, or play Dungeons and Dragons because you'll go to where.
Yeah. Well, I watched them all. I watched them on Putlocker, and I would call Marianne, and we would press play at the same time.
And is that why your computer would always break down when you were in, Dad, my computer's not working.
Oh.
I watched an illegal download off of a Korean
All of
website.
us were watching videos on Putlocker in the early 2000 teens, Dad.
So, yes, but you've watched them all. So you finished them.
So watched all of them again. Okay. I have been binging and have finished and awaiting Thursday. I'm not going to be able to watch this until like next week. So I don't know why I'm talking like this. The Harry and Meghan documentary.
Okay. So
I love it.
That's hilarious.
I love it. I'm sympathetic. I'm sympathetic to Harry and Meghan. So if any of the people watching this are like diehard Will and Kate stands.
Did you hear about the interim Celtics coach? What he said?
No.
So apparently Harry and Meghan were at the Celtics game.
Cool.
And during the interview post game, they go, so I was just wondering what you thought about the royal family. coming? And did you get to meet them? And if so, what did you think about that? And he goes, who, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph? They're like,
royal family.
Goes, yeah, that's the only royal family I know. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
That's funny.
No, I don't know any other ones. I don't keep up with any.
No, yeah. So I'm watching that.
That's what he said.
I finished it.
Jesus,
I finished
Mary,
it last
Joseph.
night.
Right.
Cross stitching, and it was good. I'm stoked for this next bit.
I don't know. I'm not going to watch it because I'm not a royal person anyway.
You don't care. It's intriguing to me.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued by it.
Why don't they make like us? They could follow us around.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
I mean, it would literally be me going to work. They wouldn't be allowed into work because it's private. And then I
guarantee everybody that comes into my store would sign a waiver to be on TV. 100%. Huh?
No, my people would not. They would. I'm a mental health therapist.
Well, I'm a pharmacist, but I got a lot of cool people that come into my place.
I mean, you do. I have a lot of cool people I work with, but they don't need their business on the TV.
Yeah, you're right.
I would be me going to work, them not coming into work, them following me
cooking
home,
something,
me cooking something for food, sitting down and watching Instagram reel videos,
and then going to bed,
sitting down, having a cup of tea, and FaceTiming Trevin while we watch a movie.
All right,
and then going to bed, and it would be that. Mm-hmm. Pretty much every day.
It would just be me fussing at the dog.
It'd be, yeah.
It would be like, what? Will you please be quiet? Do you got to go outside again? That's what it would be. It would just be me fussing at the dog. Anyway, what else?
Cross stitch or knit today? That's what it would be. I wonder what craft she will choose.
I watched the entire first series of Star Trek Strange New World.
Okay, I was talking to Trevin about how you loved it, and it's the best, most original, most
closest to the original.
Okay,
yes. So Captain Pike is the one who's the captain of the Enterprise before Kirk. But I didn't realize until halfway through, almost the end of season 1, because there's no more out, that something happened to him in the TV show Star Trek Discovery, which I started watching and loved.
Okay, you're watching Star Trek what?
Okay, so right now I'm watching Star Trek Discovery, which is season 2. I'm into season 2 of that.
Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one?
Star Trek Strange New World, to seek out new life and new civilizations.
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New World. Yeah, Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds, yeah.
To go where no one has gone before.
It is so cool. I love it. I actually was watching part of Discovery. I like Star Trek Discovery because their abbreviation on their shirts is disco. Instead of the whole word Discovery, it's disco. I like that. And the guy who starred in Rent is in Star Trek Discovery.
I've never watched that DVD. It was always the DVD I wasn't allowed to watch in the giant green cabinet.
Anyway, I've never watched it. I just listen to the music all the time. I have the DVD. I've never watched it. Mm-hmm.
That is funny, but 0% surprising.
Yeah, that is funny.
Okay, where are you watching this on?
Paramount Plus.
Did you break down and get Paramount Plus and tell no one?
Nope.
Month free trial run?
Nope.
Is that your Christmas present?
Nope. We might have a relative that has Paramount Plus that is allowing me to use it.
Sneaky.
I know.
Sneaky snake.
So I was like,
Sneaky
hey,
snake.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure.
That went down over Thanksgiving. Yeah.
How?
So too bad, so sad.
I'm just out in the cold.
I know. Well, you weren't there.
Shivering in my. I want to watch Yellowstone.
So nope. I'm Star Trek only. That's all it's for. Star Trek only. And there's so much to watch. It's crazy. So yeah, we're watching Star Trek. So what else? What else?
Do we want to do Christmas movies now or later?
No, let's do them later. Let's talk about comics.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've watched. I watch, I've talked about them before, Rachel Maskey and Bernadette Banner on YouTube.
Oh, and BT Dubs. I did start watching that crazy show about the ancient alien.
Ancient Apocalypse?
Yeah, that's funny. And I can see how I'd be like, maybe this is true.
I'm like, is this true?
is this true or is this fake? I don't know what to think. It's crazy.
I have to have on my big girl
tinfoil hat. I have to put a tinfoil hat on there. Like, I don't know.
I gotta have that discernment down tight.
Gotcha. Anyway, let's do comics.
Okay. So Dad is going to share with us his pull list. A pull list, if you are curious and don't know what it is a list that you give to the proprietor of your local comic book shop. And what they do is they pull what you're collecting or what you're buying from their inventory. That way you have the stack that you need, and that way you won't miss an issue. And so, they pull it from their inventory. So it's waiting for you on New Comic Book Day, which is Wednesday.
I literally went this past week and it was crazy. It was a huge week. And not only that, I had some from the week before. So I now have
big week. What was last week?
I don't remember, but a lot went on. So I had it was like a huge thing of shame of books that I hadn't read yet. So I'm going to pull some from
past couple weeks.
Yes.
I was going to tell everyone what you're going to do for us.
Go ahead. You tell them.
Dad is going to share with us a comic from the big two. So one from DC, one from Marvel. He's going to share a comic with us from an independent, which, man, I don't know. They feel bigger in my head than just calling them independent. But things like IDW, Boom Studios, Image, Dark Horse, like things like that.
Hannah, I am so impressed with you are learning the names of these companies. That's like crazy.
Thank you, Dad.
You are growing up and leaving home.
I'm getting married in 60 days too.
Golly. Anyway, go ahead. And
a new number one. So if you want to start collecting, you can go to your local comic book store, grab that one off the shelves, as well as his book of the week.
Book of the week. I also had a book I wanted to talk about after we're all done. Because it's really messed with me. It's made me think a lot about stuff theologically, spiritually. Yeah. What are you going to say? What'd you say ooh for?
Trevin shows me his stack because I see him on Wednesdays for small group, and that's New Comic Book Day for him too, because that's when the new comic books come in. And he's collecting one called Briar. And it looks like a princess.
Like Briar Rose or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have that one. So, cool. Check it out. What company put that out?
I don't know. It's an independent one. That's what it made me think of.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just start. We're going to start with DC.
Okay.
One of the big ones, because it's here on the top of my stack. And this is Human Target, book 9.
Okay.
So, Human Target is a 12-issue miniseries.
It's almost done on the downward.
Close. Right. So the Human Target is a character who's been around for a while. And basically what he is, he would pretend to be someone, and then someone would kill him. And then they would find out who was trying to kill the real person. So, but they wouldn't kill him because he basically is a human target. So he was pretending to be Lex Luthor to find out who was trying to kill Lex Luthor.
Batman.
And what ended up happening was they thought that they got the guy, but actually the human target has been murdered. But he has a poison that's going to take him 12 days to die. So each comic book is 1 day.
It's a different day. You've told me about this comic book before.
Yes. So he is
interrogating
a group of superheroes from the late 80s that was called Justice League International.
Yes.
And it's like a bunch of B and C villains. But Batman is one of the, not villains, B and C heroes.
But
like
Batman's part of it.
low tier. But Batman is one of them. And each issue deals with him sort of interrogating one or thinking that going through why this person did it or didn't do it from that group. So this entire issue was Batman.
Hey, Batman guessed that.
Batman wasn't in the book at all. It was the human target trying to stay one step in front of Batman. And the whole entire time he's like, we got to go here but no, Batman would have already thought of that. No, we have to go here. And then they're like, no, Batman would do this. And basically at the end of the book, he's like, Just forget it. I can't do anything. Batman's thought it all out already, so it doesn't matter. But it was so good about the presence that Batman had in this book.
Without even being in it.
Even in it.
That's cool.
It was so good. So good.
That's
so yeah,
fun.
that's my DC book. My independent book is issue 4 of Orcs the Curse. It's from Kaboom, which is basically the children's version of Boom Studios.
Speaking of Boom Studios, Briar is from Boom Studios.
All right, good deal. Coolio, I'll have to look it up. Boom Studios does great comics. So Orcs is the one. It's like kid friendly. That's like where
you've read them before and have talked to us about it before.
This is a new book. And
I was going to say
Orcs
issue. The Cursed sounds like it. Issue 4.
This is the last issue.
Cute.
And so it run well, but there'll be a new one come out. This is like the second run that they've done. So this one is so funny. It's like if the orcs were the heroes of the book, right? And there were 2 or 3 nods to the Lord of the Rings in this book that I was like, you're a Lord of the Ring fan. You definitely could tell
Lord
it.
Of the Rings.
So it concludes the story and how they rescue the orcs that have been turned to evil. And it's just so much fun to read. I think it's good. You could read it with your kids. There is some peril in it, but it's for the most part. Do you
think that they're going to come out with like a giant orc trade that people
they already have on the other ones. So yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dad, what's a trade paperback?
A trade paperback is usually a collection of books that tell a story. Some of them could be just maybe 5 issues. An omnibus usually has everything. They're gargantuan and they're usually pretty pricey. But yeah. So there you go. That's that. So my Marvel book of the week is Dark Web issue 1.
Is that a Spider-Man issue?
It is. This is an event. So this is a comic book event in Marvel that's going to run through all the Spider-Man titles, Miss Marvel, some of the X-Men books. There is, back a long time ago, this was the worst thing ever. They did this called the Clone Saga, where you find out that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, really wasn't Peter Parker. He was a clone. It was just terrible. Oh, it was terrible. And but anyway, so this also happened in the X-Men. In the X-Men, Scott or Cyclops was in love with Jean Grey, right? Well, Jean Grey died. He fell in love with this woman called Madeline Pryor. They have a child. The child ends up being Cable, the guy with in the Deadpool movie with played by Josh Brolin, who comes back
with the bear.
So anyway, you come to find out that Madeline Pryor was a clone of Jean Grey. I was going to
say she is Jean Grey.
So what happened is she becomes the Goblin Queen and is in control of Limbo. And then anyway, long story short,
the Goblin Queen.
Yeah. Long story short, she's supposed to be a good guy now. Ben Reilly, who is the Spider-Man clone, supposed to be a good guy now. Well, now they're not because they want their memories back, and they're teaming up to go out and get Spider-Man. I honestly
can't tell if it's cool or if it's lame.
Okay, a lot of people are going to say the same thing. I enjoyed this book. I thought it was really good. They have basically leveraged Venom to be on their team, even though Venom is really not a bad guy anymore.
Venom's an anti-hero. He's completely rebranded.
Yeah, I believe Mary Jane's going to get powers.
Sick.
Because there's going to be a Mary Jane Black Cat. Books.
I'm not mad about that.
Anyway, so yeah, there.
Remember that one time that I collected a Mary Jane comic book and then they canceled it?
I have them still.
I think about that sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. That was, yeah. So my new number 1.
Yes.
This is a little bit different.
Okay.
This is from a studio called Frank Miller Presents.
You like Frank Miller.
I do. I love his art style. I love some of his old work. But he has his own company, own imprint, which, believe it or not, he is in cahoots with a guy named Dan Didio,
I know that name.
He was the CEO of DC Comics, and they fired him because they didn't like his plan for what was called the 4G, which was basically where you bring in all these new young characters to replace the old original characters, which they did anyway. DC did it they did it anyway, and they fired the guy. But anyway, so Frank Miller has this new book out called Pandora, and he apparently co-wrote it. Oop, I about knocked over my microphone.
Avec toi.
What?
With who?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of writers.
Okay, well then I'm not going to write them all down.
Right.
We don't say Frank Miller at all.
But the issue is, it was drawn by Emma Kubert, who is the person who I have books from. Her grandpa, her dad. She did Inkblot.
Oh, yes.
I love
to read those.
And honestly, the book, it's an interesting story. It's about a granddaughter whose mom runs like a house, who sort of like Forrest Gump, where people live with her. But now the people that live in there, the what do they call those people? The tenants or whatever, they're creepy. One of the guys is super creepy. Like, I wouldn't leave my daughter alone in the house. I wouldn't have the guy in my house, first of all. So that's sort of weird. But it has to do with her finding magic out in the woods. And so it looks really cool. The art is beautiful. Her art has really evolved. And it literally feels like her book and not Frank Miller wrote it. My biggest deal is it's in every other month. So I don't know if I'll think about it. You know what I mean? Okay. So my book of the week.
Book of the week.
Do a Powerbomb number 7.
You love Do a Powerbomb.
It's the final issue. I'm just going to run it because it's fantastic. I can't run it. If I run it, I run it. But
you're saying ruined funny.
Well, anyway. So in the last issue, they lost the match. But the two people that won, because they're supposed to be able to reincarnate somebody that they wanted, they didn't agree on who they wanted to. So they fought each other and both knocked each other out.
So she won.
So they won. But at the end, you come to find out they have to go fight one last fight. It's a handicap match. They have to fight. Guess who they have to fight?
Their mother.
God.
No.
They wrestle God. Okay. Yes.
Jacob.
I know. I thought about that.
Jacob wrestling the Lord all throughout the night until, boop, there goes your hip bone, my guy.
And of course,
that was me pretending like my hip bone's gone.
Right. So they don't beat God.
You're done.
But they wrestle him exactly like Jacob. They wrestle, and they 100%. I thought about that. And so he pins them both.
Story.
God wins. And she's so sad. She goes, I was told that I could do this and this. And he goes, I don't bring people back from the dead. You know, I don't do that. But what I can do is give you a memory that you have forgotten. So it is so good. I mean, this book is so great. And then after it's over, he raises their hands and the book is over and the crowd is clapping and they fade into the crowd and her mom is there in the crowd. And just, that's my little girl.
That's precious. Okay.
It was really cool.
Who writes Do a Powerbomb?
Daniel Warren Johnson.
No,
He's
Daddy,
guy.
What place?
Image. But listen, all 7 issues, it'll be out in a trade in no time.
I would like a stack of comics when I come visit over Christmas. I would like to read.
All right.
Wind.
Okay.
Do a Powerbomb. Inkblot.
Okay. You want to finish Homesick Pilots?
7 Secrets.
Oh yeah, 7 Secrets is really good.
Is it finished?
We should do that and then talk about 7 Secrets. Just do a whole entire episode on 7 Secrets.
I want to finish 7 Secrets. I was talking to Trevin about 7 Secrets. I think that he'd really like that one too.
I do too. I'm waiting for it to be a show. It needs to be a show.
Well, Invincible is a TV show.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
It's pretty gruesome.
But yeah, I was going to say, I think Trevin has all of Homesick Pilots. He does.
Good deal.
I thought he did.
Well, Hannah,
yes,
that's it. Let's talk Christmas
you
movies.
wanted to talk about one that was theologically interesting. Do you actually want to do that?
It is called Golden Goblin issue 1.
Okay.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
The Green Goblin has been a Spider-Man villain forever, and he's terrible, right?
He's
the one that caused
giant fart
Gwen
sound.
Stacy to die, right? Snapped her neck, right?
I mean, he didn't, but she did.
It was because of him that she did.
Yeah, it was
What?
Typical force.
Yeah, or was she dead before? We don't know. But
because either you try to save her or she plops.
So in the Spider-Man comic book, the Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, had his sins eaten by the Sin Eater. There was a character who would gain power by eating people's sins.
Isn't that like a Christian book?
No, I don't
know.
The
Last Sin Eater?
No. I don't know what that is.
Okay, I'm Googling it.
So this is a character that he was called the Sin Eater. And so he feels as though all of his sins are gone. However, so he's now trying to be a good guy called the Gold Goblin. In this issue 1, he is trying to do good, but he keeps seeing all of the things that he did wrong.
That's hard.
In front of him all the time. Like he would see Gwen Stacy there with a broken neck.
Oh, gross.
Or he would see these people that he had killed there. And he can't stop seeing that. And that's been my issue with, God forgiving us and yet we remembering what we've done. Now, granted, he wasn't forgiven by God. His sins were eaten, blah, 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 but they were supposed to have been taken away from him. So yeah, I just want to, that's something we want to talk about.
To some degree, like just because you've been forgiven doesn't mean that the consequence has gone.
Right. Or that you forget, but God forgets.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Otherwise, what's the point?
But we don't.
Yeah, because we're human beings.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that was some serious, deep, philosophical, religious, theological discussion points that could happen. And this isn't the podcast to do it, but I just wanted to throw that out there that I would suggest picking up Gold Goblin #1. It is a well-written book and mull over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Chew on it, if you will. The Last Sin Eater is a book. It is by Francine Rivers.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I might read that. Okay. Is it like one in a series? Is it like book 8 of 17?
She has a lot of like one-off books that she wrote.
Redeeming Love.
Redeeming Love is a one-off book that she wrote. The Last Sin Eater was written in 1998.
Oh,
so it's older, and it is not about a human being that walks around eating sin. It is about a young girl who I think accidentally killed her sister.
Oh,
or something like that. Like it's a heavy book.
Okay,
I was going to say
I can do it.
LOL, when I was in like middle school reading all of these.
Listen, let's go on to something fun, okay? Listen, guys, we've got like about 15 minutes or so. We want to talk about some Christmas movies.
Okay. I want to see if you can guess.
What?
I have watched 2 Christmas films, other than the one I watched with you. I've watched 2 Christmas films. They are both animated children's films. One is a classic Turner film. The other is newer, but also very good. What do you think the 2 are?
An animated classic Turner movie film?
Mm-hmm.
About Christmas? Mm-hmm. Polar Express.
Yep. Hey! Woo! Yep. Okay.
Which, believe it or not, I didn't realize people didn't like it.
It's polarizing with the creepy eyeballs.
The Polar Express is polarizing. It's my creepy eyeballs?
Trevin and I were talking. I was like, Dad, stop with the creepy eyeballs. I was like, which Tom Hanks character would you take in this film?
I'd take the guy up on top of the place with the socks.
I'm like, if you had to pick one, I was like, this is a bad question for you because you are a boy. But if you had to like marry one, who would you pick to be your life partner? And we both decided that the conductor was the best of the 3.
No kidding. No, Santa Claus.
No, not Santa Claus. He's like creepy looking.
He's not creepy. He talks like this.
He's so creepy in that movie.
Anyway, So another one's a newer one.
It's a newer
the
one?
Grinch.
No.
The Grinch.
I've never watched the animated Grinch.
Me neither. What is it? Tell me.
Klaus.
Oh, I watched it.
You have.
Klaus is really good.
Klaus is
What'd you watch it on?
Phenomenal. What?
What is Klaus on?
Klaus is on Netflix. Polar Express is on HBO Max.
Yeah, those are yes. So yeah, great movie. So
Klaus is iconic. We decided that it is very, very good and
that's the one with the mailman or
one of the better ones to come out recently, except for the generic pop song. Otherwise, it's pretty timeless.
I didn't pay attention. As long as Taylor Swift didn't do it, I'm okay. So Hannah and I watched together. We watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Yeah, we did.
And
mainly because
it was David Crowder.
Thank you.
His house is in it.
It is.
Yeah. And Hannah got his autograph when she was like
I did
14 years old.
Trevin's right. I missed one.
Oh, you guys watched the OG George C. Scott Christmas Carol, an old one, like the 80s.
That is Trevin's family's favorite Christmas Carol. And I had never seen it. Yeah, I had never seen it. And actually,
I've seen it.
This is kind of a more tradition. I didn't even realize we'd done this. But I watched that for the first time on the 11th, the day the tornado came.
Gotcha.
Through Bowling Green. And then we watched it again.
Well, let me give you the slowdown.
Okay.
Spirited, which is the Apple Plus Ryan Reynolds. Hold on. Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell movie is sort of a Christmas Carol. It's Christmas Carol-esque. So what happens is they basically choose, there is a group of spirits that choose a person every year, and they work out how to handle this person all year round until Christmas time. And then it goes to Christmas present, goes to Christmas past.
Oh, and that's what Spirit is. Here's the thing.
To try to make that person be a better person so that it ripples and affects and helps other people.
I really want to, I know that you had wanted me to watch it, and I didn't know what it was about. And so have kind of been, and here's the thing, I've been burnt by Apple Plus originals before,
okay, so
i.e. that awful Luck movie that we watched.
Yeah, that wasn't that great.
That was awful.
You come to find out that Will Ferrell's character is Ebenezer Scrooge. He is the ghost of Christmas Present.
Aww.
So, but what happens is that so Ebenezer's changed, right? He changes at the end, what happens, you come to find out that Ebenezer Scrooge literally dies the very next day.
Oh, man. Not in George C. Scott's A Christmas Carol, he doesn't.
No, I mean, after Christmas Day is over, he dies.
No, not in George C. Scott's A Christmas Carol.
So what happens, though, is Ryan Reynolds is like, well, how do you know that you changed? How do you know that you really were a changed person? Because you didn't have enough time to find out.
Oh, and I don't like that thought either.
Yeah. So
that makes me angry.
It's really good because Ryan Reynolds' character does change, becomes a good person, but guess what happens at the very end?
He dies the next day.
Like not the next day.
Immediately?
Like immediately after having a change of heart. But what happens is
that's awful. Dad, that's awful.
Will Ferrell comes into the world as a living person. He gets to live out the rest of his life. And he ends up marrying Octavia Spencer, who's in the movie. Ryan Reynolds takes over. Ryan Reynolds takes over as the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Here's the thing: the Ghost of Christmas Present in George C. Scott's A Christmas Carol, is
with
like
the things underneath the
giant.
Kids.
He's like a giant.
Well, he presents
man, and
he presents himself.
His chest is completely shown, like nasty. He's got like a hairy chest, and then he's like, look under my robe.
Yeah, that's weird.
And
yeah.
Oh, farts. Trevin just said, "Hey, once you become a good person, you die."
Yeah, it was funny.
Spirited.
And it
had what they're trying to teach you.
Yeah, it was. The music, though, you would love the music.
It's basically I want to watch it. It's a musical. Yeah.
So anyway, what do you think about the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special?
Okay. It was bad.
It was bad. It's basically human trafficking. They go to steal a human.
They steal Kevin Bacon.
It wasn't terrible. I mean,
effects
I laughed. It was
were
fun.
Not good.
Just them jumping.
Part of the reason that we were laughing was because we were giggling about how silly it was.
I did.
They're like, do you think this is a man?
The elf. Yeah.
The candy cane. He's like, you have your little man.
This isn't a man. Hi, Amy. This isn't a man.
Hi, Amy.
So you didn't like it. You thought it was.
I didn't not like it. The thing that was ridiculous, like why were they keep harping on the joke that actors suck?
Yeah, that was funny because they're actors themselves, right? I mean,
like,
I sort of wonder. Ugh. Granted, this wasn't a great movie. This wasn't great. It was sort of. I thought Kevin Bacon honestly was the shining star in it.
Kevin Bacon killed it.
All right, mate. Let's go. We're going to. Because I'm a private in World War I.
Was Groot pushing him out?
Yes, he goes, I can't breathe.
He's talking about I can't breathe. And then Quill's like, you had to do with this. And he's like, no. He's like shaking his head. He's like, no, I didn't. He's like, are you kidding me? You just wheeled him out here. I just watched you. That was funny.
No, the best part of it, there were two things that I thought were interesting in the movie. One was that we come to find out that Mantis and he
and Quill are half siblings.
Half siblings. And the fact that the whole entire reason that Yondu collected all the characters.
Oh, that got me. And I saw it coming. Gift. I saw it coming from a mile away. And I was like, Dad. And then I started crying.
So other than that, I mean, the movie's pretty lame. Pretty lame.
I mean, it was fun.
Although I did like the Christmas song at the beginning, which was really
the Christmas song at the beginning
was hilarious. I want to get that. I want to find out. I'm sure it's on Spotify and add it to a Christmas list. Yeah, it was bad.
Please don't add it to the. We already got "Don't Shoot Me, Santa Claus."
The Killers. Yeah, that's a good one.
Don't shoot me, Santa Claus.
I've watched a bunch of Christmas movies. Your mom has been going like crazy on Christmas movies.
Here's the thing. Love it. I'm stoked to come back.
So here's the deal. I'm going to tell this for everybody. We watched one called Christmas at the Drive-In.
Oh no.
Which it was good. It had to do with an old drive-in that the town had to be done with it. We need to revitalize it. But then one guy who owned it, whose family owned it, he was going to sell it to be like a factory or something. And then the girl who was a corporate executive, land lawyer
from New York City is back in town to help save.
Anyway, yeah. So you know what happens. It all ends up great. They fall in love. They kiss. The issue was
they fall in love. They kiss.
I recognized the main star. I was
Who
like,
was it?
She looks awful familiar. And your mom's like, what does it matter? I'm like, what? And so I did the deep dive. We went straight to IMDb. So it is the lady who, when I was in high school, there was a show called Wonder Years.
Okay.
Which really they just released. They started a new season. But anyway, it starred Fred Savage, which you know him as the small kid from the little boy. Princess Bride.
What bag of chips does he have behind his bed when he's sick?
Fritos.
Doritos, but close.
Doritos. Okay, anyway. So
Sally has also seen that movie.
It was very good. I really enjoyed it. So she was in that when Fred Savage was that young in middle school, he had a girl that he really loved, and it was that girl. That's who she was. She was a teenager, like a 10-year-old.
That's like Ashley Judd, like knowing Ashley Judd just because she was Wesley's love interest.
No, I knew her because she went to UK and she was on the homecoming court and got disqualified. Anyway, long story. I can tell you all that off
there, Dad.
I know. I was in student activities board that year. I was in charge of the homecoming parade that year at Kentucky.
Dad went to college with Ashley Judd at UK. Anyway, I'm dead.
Oh, I got good stories, but I ain't gonna say it because she'll probably sue us. I don't know. Anyway, so I went and started looking. This lady has been in a Christmas movie every year for the last 10 years.
Good for her.
So it is now my duty to go back and watch them all. Anyway.
Ron Elkins says, man, you're old.
I am old. So yeah, he's old too because he's older than me. So here's the deal. That movie was good. We also watched a movie called Catering Christmas.
Oh, okay. Do they all have to have the word Christmas in it?
I do. I think so.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that. So Catering Christmas was about a lady who runs her own catering business and is trying to get work. And then there's the local town royalty who has a shindig at Christmas, and the old lady lets her nephew do it, and then they fall in love.
And they fall in love. And then they fall in love, and then they kiss.
Yes. Was done by the same company that made Drive-In for Christmas or whatever, Drive-In Christmas.
Oh, so anyway. What can I watch these on?
We just got them on Hulu. We just typed in Christmases.
Mom is watching. Mom is in full on. If we had Hallmark,
we do have Hallmark now. It's on Hulu. Hallmark Channel is now included with Hulu.
Okay.
BT Dub.
Mom is having a great time.
We watched another movie that had to do with Christmas traditions about the son came in and his brother and his wife.
What was it called?
I don't know, but it's terrible. The acting was horrible. So
worse or better than A Castle for Christmas?
Let me get there. So let's just skip to the next thing. So my other Christmas movie that I want to talk about is on Netflix. The Netflix movie with Lindsay Lohan called Falling for Christmas.
Falling for Christmas because she fell and hit her head.
And couldn't remember who she was. Now, this movie was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't terrible.
Okay, out of the four, out of Catering for Christmas, Christmas at the Drive-In, Falling for Christmas, and Untitled Christmas Film 4.
Mm-hmm.
What's your fave?
Probably Christmas at the Drive-In.
Okay. We love a drive-in.
Yeah, we do. And then Catering Christmas was good. The acting was good in that one. But now the Lindsay Lohan movie wasn't bad. Okay. It's basically like an Overboard. She forgets who she is. She gets picked up by this guy who
and his daughter.
But his wife had passed a couple years ago, and they're trying to basically get their little mom and pop lodge. They're trying to make money, and they're losing money. Lindsay Lohan's dad owns hotels. Big lodges.
London Tipton, if you will.
Pretty much. But he, unlike the movie Overboard, where the guy knows who she is and is really mean to her and takes advantage of her, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't realize he met her, but didn't realize it. And really is kind to her, and she learns how, and she helps and has a good ending, and they get together and kiss at the end as well. But
is it a Christmas movie if they don't fall in love and kiss at the end?
It doesn't work. So here's the deal. When she was the rich and famous girl, when she would wake up, she would pick up a remote, hit the button, and the blinds would open. Okay?
Sounds like a holiday.
Right. So when she wakes up in the room at this place after he rescues her, she reaches, grabs the remote, presses the button, and instead it turns the TV on. And it goes, ka-gong, which is the
Netflix sound.
And guess what movie is on the TV?
What?
Guess.
Falling for Christmas?
Castle for Christmas is on the TV.
That movie is so bad. The only redeemable part of that movie is the fact that everybody knits.
I know. That was the only part.
That was the only part that was cute.
Was the best part. So Falling for Christmas, much better than A Castle for Christmas.
Okay.
But apparently Lindsay Lohan has signed a deal with Netflix to do multiple movies. So
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not either. Good for her. She did well. She acted well. I mean, and here's another thing that has to happen. You have to wear a red dress at the Christmas finale.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
It's mandatory.
Castle for Christmas? Is she wearing a red dress?
I don't know, but Lindsay Lohan had one on. The caterer had one on. The Christmas at the Drive-In had one on.
I don't think she did. I think her dress was tartan.
What's tartan?
Oh, no, it was red tartan.
Told you. It's got to be red. I told your mom, I said, we got to get you a red dress. She goes, I don't do red. Yeah, see? Red.
Look at him. Look at his kilt.
Yeah.
Is he actually Irish?
Who knows what Christmas movie we'll watch, but we do know that coming up, our family will be watching The Holiday.
Yeah, we will. Christmas Eve. I told someone the Manischewitz.
The Last Holiday. We'll have to watch them both.
The Holiday and The Last Holiday. And I haven't watched Elf yet.
I haven't either, but I did watch White Christmas. That's another one.
I watched White Christmas.
Family. I actually didn't watch it. I listened to it. I had my iPad going and my headphones in while I did lights on the Christmas tree.
I put up my Christmas tree.
So your mom probably couldn't hear anything except for snow, 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 or sisters.
I was going to say the plot for Falling for Christmas sounds like, and said LOL. I'm taking notes for everything, and it says Falling for Christ.
Mass.
I didn't even think it is.
So anyway.
What about Will's new? Amy, we talked about Will's new movie. We talked about Spirited. Dad's watched it and loved it.
I liked it. I didn't say I loved it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Liked it.
That's LOL. Back to Trevin's. Once you become a good person.
Yeah.
Then you perish.
Right. But Spirited the music was great. So do you remember that? Do you remember the thing that came out? Do you?
Sorry.
I'm not getting any comments, so I'm glad you are.
She said late to the game.
Nice. So, you know that thing that was on TikTok that during COVID, I think, where Ryan Reynolds did that, I can be blue, I could be blue, I could be blue.
I could be Violet's eye, I could be purple, I could be anything you like.
Yes. And then Will Ferrell comes up behind him and goes, I can be. That was
They were filming the movie.
They were filming the movie when that was done. That's exactly right. They actually have the outfits on in the movie. So that was
wild.
Yeah, that's when they were filming that movie. That's when they did that. So the music is great.
I love a musical. I'll watch it. Are we going to watch Elf together or should I go ahead and watch Elf?
Do you remember how I hated that Thunder Group movie with Octavia Spencer and
that movie was awful.
So I kept thinking, Octavia Spencer is much better in this movie than she was in. I mean, she's an amazing actress, and that movie was horrible,
so bad.
I can't remember what it was about, but
it was her, really and it was a girl who does like the really physical comedy. She was in Bridesmaids.
Melissa McCarthy.
So
I just told you that.
Oh, okay.
Melissa McCarthy. So the fun thing about that is that no one can see Will Ferrell except for Ryan Reynolds, but Will Ferrell's character is like drawn to Octavia Spencer. He's just like
precious.
She is so lovely, and just like looking at her, and she goes, "So how are you?" And she starts talking to him, and he's like, "She can see me. How can he's drawn into the real world because he really has a thing for Octavia Spencer's character.
Precious.
It is precious. Yeah, it was fun. So, and she's working for that jerk.
I love Christmas movies.
I know. So
I love Christmas movies.
We should watch Scrooged too.
I think I have.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got.
I'm trying to think. What other Christmas movies? The Christmas movies I want to watch. I want to watch Elf. I want to watch The Holiday and The Last Holiday, and add Spirited to the list.
You know what? I sort of want to watch Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe. I know it's not really a Christmas movie.
It's not a Christmas movie.
But it does have Santa Claus in it.
Mm.
And there is snow.
That is one of the 18 movies that I have lining my shelf.
Oh, so that when Doctor Who needs to tell you a message, you can go to the Easter eggs and find it.
That is one of my 18 films.
Don't blink. Don't blink.
Don't.
If you don't know what that means, you should go watch it.
Oh, best episode.
What the heck? What? Wait a minute. No, I don't know if it's the best episode. It is the episode to introduce people to Doctor Who.
It is if you have never. Yes.
If you've never seen Doctor Who,
I will agree with that statement. That is a more accurate statement.
The Weeping Angels is the one and it doesn't really, Doctor Who's not really in it hardly at all. But did you know that it's going to be, Doctor Who's going to Disney?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Doctor Who's going to be on Disney Plus.
Where did I read somewhere that David Tennant is going to be Doctor Who again?
I heard he's coming back for something. I don't know.
I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at that either. Hey, wrap it up, Hannah.
Oh, hey, sweet friends. Thanks for hanging with us. We're so glad that you chose to spend time in our cozy little corner of the internet with us for about an hour or so. Hey, our intro music was created and performed by Brockwell Nason. You should check his music out. He has stuff streaming wherever you listen to.
And if you want a special song for a special someone, he will write it for you. I think it's like he charges
for monies.
Like I've listened to some,
and they're not bad. Don't.
Okay.
Keep
going.
Our art was created by Nate Turner, my sweet little brother. He made that in Microsoft Paint. He is a talented nugget.
Absolutely. And I have a YouTube page. It hasn't been updated in a year.
And I upload and update our podcast. Dad is the face. Trevin says David is coming back for a 4-part miniseries after some stuff with the new doctor. So he's going to be back. So we'll see. Okay. The end.
Guys, thank you so much for being with us. We have so much fun. I mean, we do it for us, but you're more than welcome to join us on this crazy adventure. We've got a lot going on with our family. So our coming out every other week or every week has been hard, but
we're going to try to get back to every other week.
Yes, we are.
Once things kind of settle in. Every other week, I think, is going to be the new vibe.
And I may maybe do a in-between week, do a comic book update.
We love
Big
that.
Pops Minute. Yeah.
We could call it, these could be the big episodes could be 62, and then you could do 62.5.
Ooh, yeah.
In between.
62.5. That'd be cool.
You do a 0.5 ep.
All right. That's awesome. So I may do that just as like a, hey, this is what comics are going on. So anyway,
fun.
We don't know. We may try it. But thank you so much. We can't wait to see you guys again. And as always, till next time, we'll
catch you on the flippity flop.
Flippity flop.
We're off. But
Bye-bye.
It's fine. Bye, friends.
We never can get that right.